Okay, so I'm going to repeat because I wasn't recording. We are talking about Guatemala because the book Esperanza, which will be starting tomorrow, is based on Guatemala, all right? That is where the family that we're going to be reading about, that's where they live, okay? So Guatemala has some facts about here right here. So quick facts. It has a population of about 13.55 million. All right. It's located south of Mexico. It's its own country. There is a city called Guatemala, just like Mexico has a city called Mexico City, right? So, but it is a country. The currency, the way that they do money, is called a quetzal. Quetzal. So $1 is about 7.82 quetzales. What currency is used in Mexico? You guys know? Pesos. What about in London? Pounds. Okay, so $1. So if you buy something over there for about 10 quetzales, you're paying about $1.25 for it, okay? So it might sound like you're paying a lot of money in your head because the numbers are bigger, but it's really not. All right, so the capital of Guatemala is called La Ciudad de Guatemala. What does La Ciudad de Guatemala mean in English? The city of Guatemala. All right, so Guatemala has different ethnic groups. All right, so the majority is Ladino or mestizos. Mestizos, all right? Ladinos or mestizos. And then we have Mayas. And then we are getting on the smaller ethnic groups, which is Xinca, the X. And then we have Afro-Guatemalans, Garifuna, and then 0.24 is just foreign, okay? Foreign. Do you need me to make it bigger? All right. Good? Okay. We good? All right. So, let's talk about the difference between the poverty in Guatemala versus poverty in the U.S. And I'm going to make this bigger and then we'll scroll. Okay, so according to Culturegrams, Guatemala is one of the poorest countries in the world. Okay? Approximately 75% of Guatemalans live in poverty. 50% of Guatemalans live in less than $2 a day. So, do you guys remember that if you didn't do it from the Friday before Thanksgiving, that was already due. It was called living $1 a day. Okay, so 50% live with less than $2 per day. Families, not just one person. 15% live on less than $1 a day. The average annual salary in the U.S. is about $30 $4,318. Okay, that's the average. Obviously, some people make way more and some people can make less, which is the average. The average annual salary in Guatemala is about $4,700. $4,700 a year. That's it. So this number can be deceiving because the majority of the money in Guatemala is in the hands of the upper class. So most people make even less than this. Less than 20% of the population has 50% of the money. Poverty in Guatemala is very different compared to poverty in the U.S. In the U.S., there are public services that give people food, medical services, and homeless shelters. Guatemala does not have any of these services. There's no help. All right, we good? Okay. All right, so we are going to watch a short video after this that has to do with El Basurero de Guatemala, all right? Basurero means literal trash. Trash, like trash can, trash dump, trash, all right? So 190 families live in the basurero, all right? So it's what we call the dump. They have no electricity, bathrooms, or running water. More than 11,000 families live around the basurero and work there. 6,500 of the 11,000 that live around the basurero are children. They look through the trash for food or things to sell. And this is the everyday life for most of the citizens in Guatemala. How does that make you feel? Privileged?
More fortunate.
All right, most people are done writing. What part are you on? So they have no electricity, bathrooms, or running water. That part? So around 11,000 families. All right. Yes.
What do we say the thing's called similar to the English word?
What's your question?
Trash or don't. Never mind.
I can't understand. I'm sorry.
I got the answer.
You got the answer. All right. Operation Cuatro Paredes. Cuatro means what? Four. Paredes means walls. So, Operation Four Walls. All right. So, Hope Center was first built by volunteers. Hope Center. It is being built as a place to educate and help those who live in the basurero. Volunteers at Hope Center bought 60 water filters for the families. Each filter cost around $40. So since they didn't have clean water, many of the families were sick. Hope Center volunteers have built 12 houses for the families and intend on making one for each of the 190 families that live in the basurero. Houses cost around $1,250. All right, it costs that to build and to transport. Which may not seem like a lot, right? But if you only make $1 a day, I mean, how long would it take you to save up for, until you get a house? And don't think it's like a huge house. It's a little thing, right? All right, so when you're finished copying this down, make sure that you take a picture of your notes. Turn them in on Schoology.